Well, hello and welcome to the Stolen Minutes channel. This is a primarily knitting podcast. I also like to share what I've been reading in book form as well as listening to. I have a shop where I make project bags for knitters and crocheters. So from time to time, I might talk about what is coming into the shop or what is currently in the shop. So I'm coming to you from Ohio, where I live with my husband, a high schooler, 3 cats. This is Shadow. He loves to join me for these podcast episodes. He is my sweet boy. He loves to sit with me and while I knit, and yeah, he's 16. He is the best cat ever. So today's episode is going to be my second week of Vlogmas. Okay, and now he wants to come down. What can I do for you? Do you want down here? It's not super cozy at the moment. Okay. I think you can come down here. You wanna sit and chat? I mean, everybody can see you when you're in your seat, but we'll see where he lands. He is a lap boy, so we'll see. I don't know what he's gonna do. He's trying to decide. So anyways, this is gonna be my second Vlogmas video. It is Thursday, December 12th. And so I thought I would give you a little catch up on what I have been knitting. Okay, he's sort of settling. He's turned around. He's trying to decide because I'm not really accommodating him at the moment in the way that I usually do for him to sit on my lap. Okay. I think, oh, and there's Chet coming to take, that is a coveted seat. I have a table that I specifically bought to put behind the couch that has a little pad on it for them to sit, and yeah. So it is quite the place that everyone likes to sit. So Shadow, whoops. Shadow is here on my lap and amidst my projects. So, yes. So I thought I would come on here and catch up on what I've been knitting. I'll be honest. I'm not getting a lot of knitting done this past week. I did quite a bit this weekend, a fair amount anyways, this past weekend. But this week so far has been pretty slim. In fact, yesterday I only knit a couple of rows, and that was like at 8:30 or something. So yesterday we had a band concert, and so I hadn't even knit before that. And I came home and I said, I need to just knit a couple rows. So so that's what I did before I went upstairs and got ready for bed. But yes, so I've been knitting on both of my Advent socks and a pair of fingerless mitts, and I've done just the weeest bit on my field sweater. I'll show you what I've done with that. It'll take like 30 seconds. My Advent socks and the fingerless mitts that I'm making for my daughter probably have gotten the most attention. Let's talk about those. And if you hear scampering around, that would be our third cat, Ramona. She has been a wild thing this morning with a little mouse. She loves the kind that have the little things inside that like make a sound. And she has carried that upstairs and downstairs crying with it in her mouth. The whole time I was getting ready, she was like in and out of the bathroom with it and crying, and I throw it and she chases it, and she's just having a grand time. And Chet seems to be quite comfortable. So, and Shadow is still here. Okay, let's talk about Advent socks. So if you remember from last week, I'm knitting a pair of Cozy Knitter and a pair of Freckled Whimsy for me, and I'm also knitting a pair of Freckled Whimsy and Cozy Knitter for my mom. So I have those in 2 separate bags. I have my 2 pairs of socks in a bag, and I have my mom's 2 pairs of socks in a bag, and that is working out really well. So let's do my mom's first because hers are a little bit farther along. As you might remember, I would love to get hers done to give to her for Christmas, but we'll see. I don't know. I'm not feeling super hopeful. It's the 12th, so I have like 12 days. Enough jibber jabber. Here are my Freckled Whimsy socks. As you probably remember, I did the contrast mini, and mine started on the darker purple. I think I originally had said that they were going to start on a light purple, and I pulled out that light purple and measured it against the length of the following color, and I felt like it was missing a few inches, which she did put on her postcard insert, that maybe you want to pull past that first color. So as I'm knitting, I'm realizing that her stripes are a light color and then a dark color, a lighter, a darker, a light, dark. So I skipped out on the light color for the purple. Okay, I guess he's leaving. He's got to go see what Ramona's doing. She's having a grand time with that mouse. You probably can hear her flinging it around. So I've realized that the colors are going, at least in mine, it'll be light, dark, light, dark, light, dark. And I started on the dark purple. I mean, no one's going to notice, but that is my Freckled Whimsy. These are my mom's. So let's see. I got caught up through the weekend. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I got through color 8 on one and color 7 on the other one. So those are doing pretty well. I haven't touched them at all since the weekend. So there's that. And then I did my Cozy Knitter. Same thing. I got them caught up through the weekend. So I believe that was what, 7 colors? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah. So I guess maybe I caught them up through Saturday. Yeah, I didn't get them caught up the whole weekend. So, Cozy Knitter, and I think I'm gonna do about 11 stripes before the heel. So I'm a few stripes away from the heel. It's looking like I'm gonna have more time to knit this weekend. 'Tis the season of holiday parties and things like that, and my husband, aside from his day gig as a teacher, he is a professional musician otherwise, so he's got several gigs this weekend, and I am looking forward to some knitting time, and we'll see what I watch or listen to while that happens. Okay, so moving on to my Advent socks. Here is my Freckled Whimsy. I did last weekend or earlier this week, I think I spent time at least starting each of the stripes on them. I had finished all the cuffs last weekend, and I wanted to at least start the stripes so they were ready to just like pick up, and I didn't have to worry about starting that new color. So one has 1 stripe and this one has the start of 6 stripes on it. And I worked on this one just a little bit this morning even, so that is Freckled Whimsy. And my Cozy Knitter, let's see, they're a little bit farther along. Okay, this is like a pleasant surprise. Okay, it looks like Cozy Knitter this weekend, I got caught up on one, and then the other one is lagging behind. So that is okay. I know more time is going to be coming my way as school is winding down and things like that. So that is where my Advents stand as of now. And let me show you my field sweater. I really thought I would have bound off the whole bottom of the sweater before now, but the tubular bind off is what I'm doing, and that is a bind off that just takes a little bit more time. I have done it on enough sweaters and things now that I feel pretty confident when I'm doing it. I kind of have a process in my head that I follow so that, you know, I'm pretty assured that I'm not going to mess it up, because it has like 4 or 5 steps to it. So it's easy to get lost in that when you're first doing it. But it is a beautiful bind off. And I have maybe almost a third of it bound off, but it is a nice bind off and it looks really nice. And so I don't know when I'm gonna work on that. I keep thinking I'm gonna sit down one of these mornings and just put on my audiobook and work on it. But I've tended to be working on it in the, like, while dinner is cooking. The other night I made, what was that? Oh my gosh, this week is a blur. All day yesterday, I thought it was Thursday. I mean, one of the first thoughts when I woke up was, oh, it's Thursday, blah, 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 blah. No, I mean, I came downstairs and my husband was like, no, it's Wednesday. Okay. So that's been the kind of week. So whatever I made for dinner on Monday or Tuesday, I sat down. I had like 25 minutes or something, and so I sat down and knit on, or worked on that bind off and whatever. So the other thing that I have been working on and had wasted a little bit of time on was the fingerless mitts that I'm making for my daughter. I've got the first one done and I have the second one. So I'm using leftovers from Cozy Knitters 2023 Advent. So it's this like hand portion of the mitt up to the neon pink, but this rainbowy part that fades. I had a rainbow repeat of that. So it's like each mitt will be half of the colors. So I had this last little section that was started down here with the green and it faded up into blue, and then it ends with purple, and I really want it to end with the purple. So I could count on this one and see how many colors that was going to take. And I thought I had it right. And I knew that this one, when I weighed them out, they were already split. I don't remember why, but they were already split. And when I weighed them, this one was just a teensy bit lighter in weight than the blue and the green side. So I did the short one first because I thought, ooh, I'll just end with a color and then I'll know how much and I'll know how many stripes to do. Well, when I got to this one, I thought I knew how many stripes were in the green, blue to purple ball. And I was off by like 2 stripes. There was 2 extra colors in there. They're very, very blendy. Like there's not a strong line between some of them, between the color changes. So I had knit about as much as I have knit currently. And I realized, I'm not going to get to the purple, ending with the purple that I wanted to. So I just pulled my needles out and I ripped back to where I put the thumb stitches on hold. So, and then I took out one whole light blue color, and it's kind of cool because you can't, if you didn't know, you wouldn't know. So there was supposed to be that color after this blue before that one. I just took it out. Just means I'm going to have some extra ends to weave in, but now my purple will come out right so that I can end with hot pink on the end of this one too. And then, remember that purple that I said I took out of this year's Freckled Whimsy Advent? I have that, and I'm going to do that on the thumb, and I'll end that with the hot pink, just like I did this. But I think that will work out pretty cool. Like I'm kind of excited about that. So I'm gonna, I have one in my bag already. So I have 4 of these purples like this, which is a great purple. And I will put one of them, if not more, in this. So if I don't get quite long enough, which I think I will with these purples, I can always add that little bit of purple or just more pink. So these are close to done, and they've been like something that I just want to keep working on. but I'm trying not to work on them in front of her because I don't think she pays much attention to what I have in my hands, but I also don't want her to see them a whole lot before I give them to her. And I have time here and there where I can work on it, and she doesn't know. So that is the state of my knitting. And reading wise, I've still just been listening to Comfort and Joy by Kristen Hanna. I'm really, really, really liking that book. It's very good. Which, if you've ever read any Kristen Hanna, it's very much in line with her style of writing. It's not a historical fiction like The Women. It's centered around Christmas time. So when I had seen this book a few months ago, I knew that I wanted to wait until after Thanksgiving. I was kind of like reading one, and I wanted to wait until that one was done to start it so that I'd be reading it during Christmas. I know. Okay, Gabby boy. Yeah. He always has to have the last word. So I'm listening to Comfort and Joy by Kristen Hanna, and then I am reading in a paperback Between Sisters by Kristen Hanna, and it is very good too. I like both of them. The second one, Between Sisters, is obviously about a couple of sisters, and they've had some things happen that led them to not be very close, and so now that relationship is kind of being opened up and all that. So it's very good. I don't know what I'm going to read after I'm done with these. We'll just see where we're at that point. Did get our tree put up. I know the last time I talked about not getting the tree up and not knowing when we were going to do that exactly. It is up and the lights are on it, but we have not decorated it. Our college kid is coming home this weekend, so we're just going to wait until she's home to decorate it. It just doesn't feel like, I don't know, I just couldn't put on the decorations without her. So we're going to wait until this weekend when she's back home, or even early next week. Whatever. We probably won't get out all of the bits and bobs and goodies that we normally do, and the cat's Shadow especially loves to lay under the tree. And yeah, he's pretty much always under. If he's not laying here, he's under the tree. He's about the only one that lays under the tree that I really see on the regular. Chet has a bed in the chair in front of the tree. So the days are just ticking by, and I can't believe we're 12 days away from Christmas. We had some snow yesterday and it got cold. It had been like in the 40s or so, and then they were saying it was going to get windy and cold, and yeah, they were right. I think the wake up temperature this morning, it was 15 degrees, but the real feel was 1 degrees or something. So it was a start the cars before you go out kind of morning and bundle up. There was a couple of bursts of snow last night, so just enough on the ground to be pretty and feel wintry and get you in the mood for the season. Yeah. I'm going to have a little bit of time this evening to knit while the high schooler is at driver's ed. So I'm looking forward to that tonight. And what else? College kids coming home this weekend. Super excited for that. And I know that once she's home, time is just going to fly, because it just does. You know, that last week before Christmas is just whew. This weekend, I would like to wrap some presents while my husband is out at his gigs. I think, I honestly, I have never wrapped presents that much in advance of Christmas. Are you an early wrapper? Do you wrap as you go, as you get things? Do you wrap? Or we always save everything, it seems like, for Christmas Eve. And the earliest I've probably wrapped presents has been during the day on Christmas Eve. But too many times I'm doing it that evening or whatever. So I'm thinking this year I might wrap some presents this weekend. We'll see if I do that or not. I'd like to, Um, but we'll see. I might choose to knit instead. I think that's all I really have to say. I hope you're having a good week. I hope that your Christmas holiday preparations are going the way that you plan for them to. And yeah, he is tuckered out and Shadow is back. So, all right. Until next time, I hope you have a great week and lots of stolen minutes to do your favorite crafty endeavors. And thanks for hanging out with me. I'll talk to you later. Bye.